Hey everyone, we're back with part two of the Miniverse Harry Potter Potions class where I'm going to be making the potions. If you missed part one, go ahead and check it out. That's where I built the classroom and the furniture. This potion section came with a lot of tools and ingredients that you need to make your potions. However, one thing I did notice was that there was only one cauldron, which means they only give enough resin to make one potion, even though they give enough ingredients and bottles to make two potions. So essentially, you would have to choose which potion you want to make. And you could honestly even make your own. I followed the instructions, but you could literally put in whatever you want and whatever color you want into the resin, but there is only enough resin for one bottle of potion. So that was kind of lame. Like they really could have put in another cauldron. I don't know why y'all being stingy, Miniverse, but they weren't stingy on the ingredients. I will tell you that. Like, look how much bottles I've already unboxed. A lot of cute potion ingredients, like these skull heads, so cute. And the bottles too, they're really nice. I always love these with the Hogwarts stamp on the side. These little potion vials. I love how they look. It's so cute to display. And yeah, I mean, look at all those ingredients there and supplies that it comes with. This little bowl to crush stuff. Oh my gosh, I love this. I have a couple more of those from my potion balls. And yeah, I mean, I will say there was such a good amount of stuff here for the potions, but I do wish that they gave another cauldron so that we could make the two potions. The cauldrons are always really cute. I try not to mess them up too much with resin so that I can keep them to display. And this little stand here, I always put the little pots on like how I just did, but I realized with this potion class that I'm actually supposed to put the cauldron on it. Like, I guess you light the fire underneath it. I didn't even put that together. Out of all the potion balls I did, I've never put two and two together. So, yeah, I will put the cauldron on it when I put my classroom together. So I'm getting out the last few things, those two candlesticks it came with. It comes with a little spoon and a ladle to stir your potion and scoop it, and then these little tongs. I'm going to be making the first potion, which is the pink potion. And I went ahead and gathered all the ingredients that it looked like it uses in the instructions there. And then I'm going to go ahead and get started. Looking at this resin now, watching it back, I don't even know what I'm in for, but we'll get to that later. So I'm grabbing the pink powder to use to change the color of the resin. And for this part, I would recommend just doing the one scoop. I have one scoop here with my spoon. I think I would have just left it at that if I could go back because I used two scoops and it came out a little dark. I would have preferred it to be a little lighter to be able to see the ingredients a lot better. But I mean, once it's in there, it's in there. And so now I'm mixing the resin, and oh gosh, this is where the nightmare begins. I don't know if you can tell here, but the resin is very sticky. And I don't really quite know this yet. I'm moving on to the next step here, which says to add the ingredients into your resin and stir, and then put some of that other potion ingredient, the hair like one, into the bottle and then pour it in. So I am getting out my ingredients now. I'm just opening them up and deciding how I'm going to work this through. I usually will try to stick it in the bottle first because I've done a lot of these potions before with the Miniverse Harry Potter potion balls, and I found that when you just mix it in the resin, it just disappears. Like you don't actually see your ingredient when you pour it into the bottle. And also it gets stuck in the funnel. So it's like just easier to put it in the bottle first and then just dump the resin over it. You know what I mean? So I'm going to grab some of the that hair like ingredient and put it into the bottle like it says there. And because it's really long, I go ahead and just cut it in half to make it shorter, which is kind of like how it looks in the picture. But in actuality, in the bottle, it's all just one piece. So you kind of have to just improvise when you do these potions. And I've learned that from all the Harry Potter miniverse potion balls that I did. That you use the instructions as your guide, but you gotta kind of figure out how to make it work to kind of get your potion to look how it's supposed to. So I just shove a bunch of that ingredient inside the bottle until I'm satisfied with how it looks. And again, you're probably going to add more as you go. With this one, that was my plan. I was going to put some resin in and then add some more later, but then I realized the whole resin thing, the resin not being good, so it didn't really work out, but I just go with the flow. I mean, what are you going to do? You can't really turn back once you've dumped the resin in. So here I'm just placing some of the little skeleton ingredients in and I'm trying to kind of get them around the bottle so that you can see them. And you want to put these near the outside of the bottle. You don't want it in the inside because, like I said, it's kind of just going to disappear. You want them to be on the outside of the bottle so that they are better seen when your resin is in there. So here's the moment of truth. I put the funnel in there and I'm getting the resin out here, and look, it is so goopy. It's so thick. Nothing like the other potions that I've done. The Miniverse Harry Potter potion balls, all the resin was really good. This one was so bad. Like you see me trying to shove the spoon in there because I'm like trying to get this resin to go down the funnel and it's just so sticky that it won't. So here's a closer look of just how bad the resin is. So I don't know if it's a formula thing, but I have been reading in certain places on the internet that Miniverse is changing their resin formula. I don't know how true that is. I don't know when they started changing it, but this one is definitely not the same as the potion balls. This one was just not good to work with. But, I mean, at this point, I already poured it in, I had to make it work. So I'm just trying to scrape out all the resin that I can get out of here, which is not even a lot. That's another thing, is I couldn't even fill this potion bottle with the resin, but I'm making it work here. This is how much it filled up with me scraping that cauldron dry. So I don't have the resin dried yet. I am going to go ahead and add some of the ingredients in, just to try and make it more visible because if you can see, you can't really see my ingredients that I put in earlier. So I'm just going to go ahead and add some more to try and just make it more visible and hopefully make it look like a potion and not like just a bottle of pink goop. This is probably the only part that I actually use these tweezers for, because if you've ever done a miniverse and you've used these tweezers, you know that they are so bad. Like they don't actually tweeze anything, y'all. But sometimes I can manage to pick something up with it, but a lot of times, like if I pick up this little skeleton, it'll just go flying. But I have resin on it so it stays. But earlier in the video, I cut it out, but I picked up a skeleton head and it went flying across the room. But anyways, we've completed the potion, so now we have to let it dry for 5 to 10 minutes. I'm going to go put it out in the sun, and here it is all dry and complete. So it didn't fill up the bottle, but I mean, it's a good amount, and the finished product actually kind of looks similar. Like it's not a full bottle at the end. But I do kind of wish it was full, but it is what it is. So now it's time to put on the label and the cord. So the way I do this cord is I kind of just wrap one end at a time and I just go all the way around until it's small enough to tie. And then I do the same thing with the other side. So go ahead and wrap the other side around and then you'll tie the two pieces together. And I've done a lot of these potions, like I said, and a lot of times this part is the hardest part, which is crazy. But it really be hard to tie these pieces together. I mean, it's so tiny and like my hands are so big, but you got to make it work. You got to make that potion look cute. And so I always do a double knot just to make sure that the cord stays in place. And this one is just knotted and it hangs off the side. So it's kind of simple. So at this point, you just have to put the sticker, and I'm kind of turning it back and forth to see what side I want to put the sticker on. And I decided to go with the side that they put it on, like the strings hanging out the right and the stickers on the front. And so you just place this as best as you can. I'm a little OCD, so I'm trying to place it centered. I think that came out pretty good. So I'm just pressing down on it all in all the angles so that I know that it's set good. And that's basically the finished look. I think that string is kind of long, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it. And I think that looks a lot better. I love it. Let's do a little side by side. It's giving twin. It came out super cute despite the dang resin being clumpy. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the second potion, which is the blue potion. And I have all my ingredients here ready to go. For the first step, we are going to need this little bowl with the crusher and this potion ingredient here. We're going to dump it in the bowl and use the little tool to crush it down into a powder. I'm starting with just a little bit at a time just to test it out because I have done other potions where these little balls were so hard to crush. Like they were flying out of the bowl because I couldn't crush them. But this one luckily is made really well, so they crush down really easily as you can see. So I'm going to go ahead and add some more in a bit and crush that down into a powder because I'm not really sure how much I'm going to use at this point. But I know I'm not going to use them all. I just want to crush enough. Now that that's all finished being crushed, we grab our blue powder and mix it into our resin. And since this potion section only came with one cauldron of resin, I had to bring in the reinforcements. And comes from my other Harry Potter Miniverse potion balls. This is the Hogwarts school list that it comes wrapped in, which is super cute. Um, but yes, this cauldron was from another potion ball that I had that I didn't need to do. It was just an extra. So I just took the resin from that and I'm going to be using it for this potion. So looking into this powder, it's half full. Again, Miniverse, y'all being stingy. You need to stop. But luckily for this potions, you don't really need a lot, but come on. Fill that baby up, okay? So I put 2 scoops again, which is crazy because I knew that my pink came out too dark and I still put 2 scoops of blue, but I'm mixing it and I can already see like yes, this resin is much better. It's actually dripping off the spoon there. So this is a better made resin, especially for the potions that you have to pour out. It's not like the resin that came with this potion class. Thank goodness. So next step is to add the white powder that we crushed. And I don't really know how much to add, so I'm kind of just winging it and hoping for the best. And I think in the end I did add too much, but it's okay. It's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. This isn't a real potion. I'm not going to have somebody drink it, okay? It's fine. And I should have stopped, but here I am adding more. I mean, I'm like, you can't get enough glitter, right? Wrong. You can have enough glitter. But it's okay. It's fine. We're fine here. The next potion ingredient we are going to add are these little shards here. They're white and pink, which is perfect for the contrast of this blue resin. And we're also adding these little blue circles to the potion as well in the same step. First, we're going to have to add this ingredient to the potion bottle. I love the green color of this. It's another good contrasting color for the blue resin. This is another one of those ingredients, though, that we are going to have to trim a bit because it's all connected and we don't need that. We need little pieces to put into the bottle. So we're basically doing the same thing like how we did for the pink potion. We're just grabbing our ingredients and putting them in, and I'm having to trim again to put it into the bottle and using the tweezers for the only thing it's good for. So yes, just go ahead and make your bottle look like how you want it to look and then add your resin in. You probably noticed I take forever to open these things. It's because I'm trying to keep them intact because I want to save the bottle. Even if I use all the ingredients in it, I still save the bottle because I mean, it's so cute. And for this case, too, it's a potion class. So I can save all these ingredients to put on display in the class. But even my potion bottles, I saved everything because it's just so adorable and they go so well together. So I've already stuffed my potion bottle with the ingredients and look how that resin is coming out. Perfection. That's how it's supposed to look, Miniverse. Okay, take notes. And so I'm kind of checking it out. I'm deciding if I want to add more resin, let it dry. Because sometimes I just add some and I let it dry and then I go in and add some more. I like do my potion in layers. Like how I did in this instant, I did basically half and then now I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing, add my ingredients in again and then put the rest of the resin. And the reason I do this is basically just for the look. I try to make it so that I can see my potion ingredients really well. And it can be hard to do that when the whole bottle is filled with resin. So I try to just do it piece by piece, and get all of my ingredients near the edge of the bottle so that they can be seen better once the resin is poured in. Because, like the first bottle, I did put kind of a little bit too much of the powder, so my resin's a little dark, but I mean, it still looks really good. And it's really all a preference. This potion is going to look how you want it to look. It doesn't really have to look a certain way. You just make it, it's just like art. It comes out how you want it to come out. So I'm kind of just adding ingredients where I feel like it needs it and then putting the resin until I'm satisfied with it. So this is the rest of the resin going in. And what's awesome is this fills up the whole bottle. That's how it's supposed to be. Again, Miniverse, take notes, please. Now I'm just going to put some final touches on my potion with my tweezer, drop some ingredients in there and push it to the side so that they're visible. And again, it's all a preference. I'm just vibing right now, just throwing ingredients in there and bringing out my inner witch. And there it is. I went ahead and let my potion dry outside in the sun for a couple of minutes and it has hardened. So now I need to put on the label and the cord. And this is basically the same as the pink, except this label needs to be attached to the cord. So I'm going ahead and twisting it in the same way. And then I'm going to tie it one time before I attach the label. The label pops right out of this little card and it comes with a pre-punched hole, so you just put it through the string there. And like I said earlier, this really be the hard part of making the potion sometimes, like tying it and trying to get it to look like how it's supposed to. It used to stress me out, man, on some of these potions. This one came out okay, and I'm like, I'm not stressing the small stuff at this point. It's gonna look how it's gonna look. But I am cutting that extra piece because it was kind of frayed and that would bother me. But here it is, the final product of this blue potion, which turned out super cute, I will say. Side by side. Is it giving twin? It's giving twin, y'all. I love it. And there you have the completed potions from the Miniverse Harry Potter potion class. You have this pink potion and you have this blue potion here, and all the stuff in the back is what comes in the potions section of this class. I really love how this turned out. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. And stay tuned for part 3 where I finally complete my potion class with my potions and ingredients. Catch you in the next one. Bye!